Hey gang, I'm going to run you through some of the production stuff and sounds that I was using for this tune, Chances. And yeah, let's just dive in. So I was leaning really heavily on the Nemesis Delay for most of the background. So let me play this without any of the leads, the lead junk in here. Actually, I'm going to take out the drums and the bass too. So most of the effects for all this background stuff was the Nemesis Delay. So for the first sound that I laid down was this guy. And you could hear it's not totally dry. I used the diffuse setting on that, which is just kind of, it's not a really accurate delay, it's kind of a washed out delay, and I set the delay time really short, so it just kind of created a ambience, almost a little spread. I was going for like an 80s spread in this. You could kind of hear it just spread out just a little bit, and this is mono. That was all going into the front of the amp, so that was using my Bassman head there. And then this is called the sweeper. So on the original Strokes recording, they used a synth with its sort of the filter coming in and out, and it's automatically happening on the sweeper patch. And I had the delay time really short, so I was basically using it as an auto filter. So that I have just rhythmically, I have it set up so it's and that's how fast the delay is coming out. So every time you go chunk, it gives you a chunk chunk. It's different than going chunk, 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 like a downstroke thing. It's a little more synthetic and weird, kind of like the Cars or something like that. I don't know if they did that in their tune. Something like that's happening there. I couldn't tell what it was, but I used the Degrade patch mode on that, which is just kind of like a lo-fi delay, which is really nice sounding. So this is sort of like the U2 guitar, if you will. I switched over to the Matchless preamp on this. And that is the analog setting, which is like big Memory Man kind of deal. So now with those parts in, starts creating a really nice bed without using any synths, which was kind of fun. So now we get to the chorus. This guitar, I switched the delay into the loop of Logic here. I'm using this radial pedal DI box, so I'm able to run out into the pedals and keep it and send effects to it. So I wanted to see how stereo this thing goes. So this is the dry guitar going through the Matchless. And I went over to the rhythmic setting, which is a stereo and has a preset pattern, which this is the whole, actually this is both guitar and delay. just the delay. So this is what I had going on. No leads. But I wanted to flesh it out more. On the original Strokes track, there's tons of big keyboards happening. So there's a Helix patch mode in the Nemesis that sounds like this. So that's an octave up and sounds like maybe tremolo happening, but it's really great and super shimmery and bright. I put a plug-in to spread that out. Here's mono. This was into the front of the amp on this one. But I wanted to spread that out to really take up some space here. So here's mono. Plug-ins in. And for that, I was using this little Eventide guy. You don't even need to change the patch. It's the best patch there is for this sort of split micro pitch shifting, which is a great spreader without sounding too chorused. And then one more level of shimmer in here. I was using the shifter. What is it called? Shifter? Yeah, shifter. So the delay went up an octave. And on its own, it's kind of weird, but when you start using it to help spread out and add shimmer to the stereo stuff, it's pretty cool. I'll leave both of these out for now, and then I'll pop them both in. And now you've got a pretty lovely bed happening there. And then at the end there was two more delays I used in the front of the amp. Super slapback, loud slapback. That was the what is that? Dirty tape? Noisy tape. Yeah, noise tape, which is like, you know, Echoplex, and a dirty Echoplex in there. So for the leads, I recorded everything dry, and then went with the delay in the on a bus here, effects bus. Was able to go back to that rhythmic delay, which is just really, really great. It's a really nice delay. For the tones, I was switching between the Dirty Shirley, the choruses are the Dirty Shirley, with various pedals depending on trying to get it to speak right. Bogner Oxford fuzz is really great for just some thickening. I like the lowest gain stuff on that. It's really beefy. Here and there was a Klon EP booster, some Octron, and clean octave blend. I have a clone of that. I'm going to do a quick comparison of the PCM42 and the Nemesis. PCM42 is a digital delay. It's vintage, but it's a digital delay. So you'd expect maybe that would be sort of a matching sound, but to me, the tape and the 42 are really close. Here is the 42. And here is Nemesis. They're very close in character. 42, it has a built-in limiter, so I don't know if that might contribute to the sound, because very few things have that character. It has a whole like analog in and out section going on. Contributes to its beefiness. And then sometimes if you hit it too hard, you could hear how it's limiting, and it kind of helps it sit. I don't know why manufacturers don't add that sort of analog section to some of the things like delays. It could be pretty cool. So yeah, and I mean, they're cool. You could just, if you pan them out, let's see, I'll pan the, what do I have here? I don't know where I have. So I have so many things panned in this now. I'm a little lost. All right, so the Nemesis is on the left, and the PCM42 is on the right. Yeah, so they're set at the same time. I mean, neither of them are set digitally exact. It's either tap tempo on the Nemesis, or you're setting in as close as you can get on the 42 with its digital readout. But it creates a super monster delay when you have them both going. That sounds awesome. Oh, let me shut off all this other stuff. Oh, that's big and modulating, yeah. So, hey man, you got to get two of everything, and then you put them at the same time, and you get that off balance, huge width stuff. Right? That's what I tell my wife. I got to get two of everything. All right.